down! There are a lot of Transformers in the movieverse. Whether or not you hate the movies, you have to admit that there are a lot of cool designs in them. I thought that I'd make a top 10 list of my favorite of these movie designs before things get too out of hand in the TCU. Rules. This list is based entirely on my opinion, so yours will most likely be different. We will only be focusing on aesthetics, not the impact of a character or their personality. Any form a character takes is fair game, but only one form per character is allowed. Only designs shown in the movie are allowed, no toy-only designs. The vehicle mode is not going to be a deciding factor, but since it is part of the design, it is still shown and will be considered. And with that, let's get to the list. This design was one of the first ones that we saw in the movies, and it was a really cool one. I really like the distortion it does to the police car parts in robot mode, like the broken off windows. The wheel hands are also really unique, and their addition as a weapon is also neat. My favorite part of Barricade's entire design comes from his vehicle mode, however. Instead of the standard "to protect and serve" writing on normal police cars, this police car says "to punish and enslave." So fitting for a Decepticon police car. This design is sleek yet stylish. The mask on the face looks very cool and is a cool reference to actual human knights. I like the forearm guards and the semi-skirt armor that the design has too. There are a lot of details throughout the suit that make the overall look really cool to look at. You could say that's cheating a bit with no actual vehicle mode, but I don't mind, it still looks great. Together because they share the exact same design and alternate mode. A small color difference is the only thing that separates them, but it is the first design we ever see in the movies, and I really like the only thing that gives the vehicle mode away in robot mode is the rotors. Other than that, Blackout / Grindor looks nothing like his helicopter alternate mode. While sometimes you can see them with rotors on her back, most of the time you see them using the rotors as a handheld weapon that I think is a really cool idea that I don't think has been used before. The only thing I don't like that much about this design is the head. It doesn't work that well with the rest of the body and doesn't fit in, but it looks very menacing and I think it works okay. The rest of the design looks really cool though. This is a pretty underrated design that I think is pretty cool. I like the glasses vibe that he has instead of eyes. The green-orange combo on it looks really nice. He has a cool silhouette as well, with the missile launchers on his wide shoulders and the chainsaw mounted on his left arm. I think that he's a pretty cool design, and his vehicle mode is really cool looking with all the weaponry attached to it, and I love how it translates into his vehicle mode to look really imposing. It's a shame that we only saw it in Dark of the Moon. I think that this design has a great silhouette as well. I like the massive shoulder pads that it has, and they seem to look like they could work well as weapons. I really like the way the pipes from the alternate mode become a sort of collar for him. He also keeps the motif that all the movie wreckers have, with the NASCAR numbers easily visible all over him, and his sunglasses. I also like his massive pincer-like weapons that look like they could do a lot of damage. The dreadlocks are really great as well. Overall, I think this is a cool design, and it's great that we got to see it, albeit for a little bit, in Transformers The Last Knight. Now before I get to the top 5, here are a few honorable mentions. An awesome update to the Autobot leader with his Cybertronian abs. His scarred face, creepy cloak, and overall intimidating presence is really awesome. I like his energy core, and his vehicle mode is really cool. Probably the most unique movie design, with the back of the car being his chest, wheels for feet, and his sword arms. So evil looking with his classic model eye, arm cannon, and a new rib cage like chest. This is a really cool take on Grimlock. I like the ancient warrior motif that he has with the big spiky club, the T-Rex heads as shoulder pads, and the skirt he kind of has. The giant horn on his head is cool too. The dark gray metal color probably works better than actual colors because it makes him all the more imposing. His dinosaur mode is a really unique take as well, with the sharp edges and giant horns to differentiate it from a normal Tyrannosaurus Rex. I've always had an attachment to samurai. Something about their style, design, and look have always intrigued me. Combine that with the awesome red and black color scheme, and you have Drift from The Last Knight. This design looks really cool, and I really like its colors. The red streaks throughout contrast the black greatly, and that's what makes it look really nice. I also like the headpiece he has on his face. It's intricate and simple at the same time. It's really cool. It's a shame that this design had so little screen time, but the few glimpses we had of it really looked cool. No, that's not Ultron. It's Megatron's awesome look in The Last Knight. I like how barbaric this design is. It has the classic fusion cannon that almost all Megatrons have. At least all the good Megatrons have it. Then there's that awesome face with the evil red eyes, vicious, toothy mouth, and the big tusks on his face that create a really cool battle mask that is really awesome when you see it transform. The striking red scar along the side of his face really stands out and adds a sort of connection to Nemesis Prime. This Megatron also sports the new battle skirt that a lot of designs from Age of Extinction and The Last Knight have, and it looks just as cool on him. Bumblebee has had many different forms in all 5 Transformers films, but my favorite is the most different out of all of them. His form in Age of Extinction. I love all the little curves and hard angles and his giant claw cannon. The battle mask looks really awesome. I love the blue from the car that becomes part of his chest, and his discs may or may not become weapons, but they still look really cool and add to the overall silhouette. It's a shame he changed in The Last Knight, but this is my favorite Bumblebee design out of all the Transformers films. Coming in at the number 1 spot is Optimus Prime's new design in Age of Extinction and Transformers The Last Knight. This is my favorite Transformers movie design because of all the details this has. The chest plate looks really awesome, the shoulder pads, the exhaust pipes, they all make him look really awesome. As I mentioned earlier, I always had a little obsession with samurais. In this Optimus Prime, even though he's called a knight, he does have some samurai elements in him, with the sword, the armor, the skirt. This is my favorite design because it's so detailed, looks really cool, and is awesome to see in action. So those are my top 10 picks for my favorite Transformers movie designs. What are your favorites? Do you agree with my list, or do you disagree? Let me know down below in the comments section, and don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video with your friends. Thank you for watching.